Hello out there to my YouTube viewers. This is going to be part 1 of the Turbo TLR updates. As you can see, there's, well, the bike's kind of coming apart and going back together, coming apart and going back together. Right now I got the swing arm off. I just pulled it just a couple minutes ago. It's sitting right there. It's going to be going to the shop to get cleaned up. Luckily, I work at a automotive shop, so I got a parts washer and all that jazz, so you know I'm going to take advantage of that as much as humanly possible. So that's going to be getting painted, as well as the rims that are just chilling there. The paint scheme that is going to be gone with is going to be black with green pearl embedded into the actual paint itself. Here is the green pearl that I'm going to be using. This is DuPont Master Tint Moss Green. So it's a very green pearl. Let me open it up here and kind of get you an idea of what it's going to look like if the camera will focus. As you see, it's just really green. In the light, it's going to end up giving me a very rich sparkle. As a matter of fact, here, let me see if I can... And even then, that kind of doesn't do it justice. Granted, if it would focus. But anyway, it's a very green... There you go. It's a very green pearl. So it's going to give it a really nice sparkle. The rest of the bike, as soon as I get this done and start on the bodywork portion of it, I got to order all new fairings. It's going to be green. So it's going to be black frame, black swing arm, black rims with the powder, with the pearl that's in it, the powdered pearl. The color is going to be Synergy green. If you look at any of the new Camaros that are out there, that's basically the color. I'm going to darken it up just a little bit because it is really light in the sun. So that's it's gonna pop. That's the reason why I got the green levers on there. Is just, you know, eBay purchase. And then of course the forks are going to be the gold with the black bottoms of it off of a Hayabusa. So the gold calipers, and then the only thing I haven't decided is the brake rotors. The rotors that are on there are EBC rotors, and they already are gold in the center. I don't know if I want to switch out the rotors to like maybe a wave rotor, but then the center section comes up black or gold. So as a matter of fact, if you have an opinion, please make a comment, and maybe we can get a vote going or something like that, depending on how many people watch it. I have gotten the turbo piping done. The wide pipe is sitting right here, because I had to pull it so I can pull the swing arm out. So that's the forward, and that's the rear cylinder right there. Goes down to a very simple wide pipe. Although this looks like a standard T, I actually did use the U. So even though it looks like it's just a straight cut T, it does curve inside right around here. So it'll curve around, and then this exhaust will shoot in there to do it. And then of course the V-band right there. So that just makes it easier to pull on and off and apart and everything. So we'll go ahead and walk over here to the turbo. So here is the piping. So as I described in my first, in the intro, we got the exhaust flange right here. It runs down into the frame. Runs down like this. Now if the swing arm were in here, the swing arm would sit right about there. So it gets the clearance. The only thing that I wish I had done a little bit better is if you look at it from the back, it kind of sticks out. When it's all connected and everything else, it does stick out a little bit. I wish I kind of sucked it up a little bit more to the swing arm, but I have clearance, and it's all going to be wrapped anyway. So when you put your foot on it, it's still loose, but so when you put your foot on it, you will have a little bit of a clearance, but not a lot. I may make a heat shield for it or something just to kind of give it a little extra heat redundancy against the boot and whatnot. But we'll see where that's at when I get closer to doing it. I have installed the fuel pressure regulator. I still got to buy fittings. The rail has been tapped, so this is the factory side. This has a banjo bolt that goes in to supply the fuel. This side I ended up having to tap. It's an M12 by 1.25 threads. This is a 6AN fitting, just like that, held together by a crush washer that's right in there. If the damn thing will focus. There it goes. There's a crush washer that sits right inside there, so it's going to seal. I don't have the fuel injectors in at the moment. Move that out the way. So the fuel line will run from the tank. So this is from the tank right here, through the rail, up to this. I need to shorten this tube just a little bit, and then I'm going to put a 45 degree, so it will kind of stick like that. So a little bend in it, no big deal. And then I'm going to have a fuel pressure gauge right here. The other side will be closed off, just that way no fuel. So you have fuel in, fuel out from the bottom, and it's going to run right back to the tank all along here. So I still have the methanol solenoid to hook up. Obviously, I still got a lot of piping and stuff to run in anyway. So, but that's where it's at this current second in time. I do have the tip. This is the exhaust tip that's going to be ran right here. Nice little dual tip. And this is going to sit right about there. So even though it kind of looks like it sticks out really, really far, when the fairings are on, this only sticks out about a 1/2 inch to 3/4 inch, maybe an inch. But it's not very far. With the rear tail on, it's actually going to look really nice. Kind of reminds me of the Honda CBRs, actually, with the dual pipes, how they have the aftermarket dual pipes that come out the back. So, but anyway, that's where the build is currently at. I do have the piping for the cold side. Like I described, it's going to come up through here. It's not moving. It's going to come up through here, and then the blow-off valve is going to sit right there. I do have the blow-off valve. Since this is a budget build, all my money is going to go into the wastegate, which is going to be a full tail. This is a Godspeed unit right here, 50 millimeter, purple. And then it's going to sit something like that in the frame. I did modify the spring because I know these things don't pull a lot of vacuum. The spring has been modified. It opens right now at about 17 inches of water, or negative 17. So we'll see what the actual vacuum end is. I think the vacuum on these is normally pulled around 10. So I may have to cut the spring and modify it just a little bit more so that way it blows off when it's supposed to. The last thing I want is to hear the turbo surge when I let off. So, but anyway, that's where it's at. I thank you for joining me in the garage, and as always, have a good day. Thank you for watching.